everyone, welcome back to Building a Village. It's been a while since I've made an episode. I've seriously been trying multiple times to make new episodes, but the last few couple of times I've attempted to, there's just been a lot of dumb issues and with like the microphone or headphones or whatever. Like issues that would literally freeze or stop the recording constantly. So then I was thinking of trying to do a Minecraft episode a bit differently, where I would maybe just do a bunch of recording and then make a script afterwards, but then I never got around to do that either. So now I'm just telling myself to make a new recording because I just borrowed some new headphones. Now I can actually hear what's going on with the microphone. I can hear my own voice, and I can hear if the microphone gets fuzzy. So, you might not have seen that house over there. I had this idea of, that there's like a grumpy old man living over there all by himself, and he doesn't need anyone else, so I'm not sure if I finished it completely. I need to check up on it. So he has his own little dog here, his own little boat, and he makes his own sugar cane. I already made the outside of the house completely. Did I finish the inside? It looks like it. I think I did. But something that's also a little frustrating with recording these episodes is that there's, in terms of progress with the city, there's not much new I need to progress on or need to continue working on. Like, I'm always working on the roller coaster. Always. That takes a while. And then I'm also making the library, and that's also taking a while. Simply because of the bookshelves, and I need leather and stuff. And there are just some things I want to be done with before I continue with something else. Or do I? I don't know. What's frustrating is just the fact that there's not really much new to talk about. I mean, sure, you haven't seen that house over there, but, like, I don't know what to talk about for the rest of the episode, because I'm just gonna be constantly collecting materials and keep placing down a few blocks at a time as much as I can. The past few times I've been playing, I've just been collecting a bunch of wood, kept continuing on the roller coaster and kept collecting materials to make bookshelves for the library and such. Oh yeah, and I don't think I should go to bed. I just realized you might not actually have seen the roller coaster finished, and by finished I mean the track. I still need all the stuff around it. Like, I still need the fence on around the track. That's what I'm working on right now. But I think when I finish the track itself, that's during one of those recordings that had issues, I think. So I need to show you. I already tested it multiple times. It works both ways around. Like, you can ride it all the way around and also all the way back, and it works. So if I somehow became like a mayor or a president back in like the medieval ages, would this be my priority then as a mayor? No. Go that way. Oh shit. Oh. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Did it already go all the way to the other side? No, it didn't. So I guess I'll just push it over to the other side. Because I kind of want there to just be 2 cards at all times, 1 on each side, so that no matter which side you're from, you can just always go up and take a ride. But I completely forgot about that, and then I just sent this one flying ahead. So I guess the weight of the weight of a person inside the card makes a huge difference whether the track works or not. Oh, no! This way, please. When I first began liking Minecraft a long time ago, first time I ever tried to play Minecraft at all, I was playing this like free online version where you couldn't save the game, and it was sort of like playing creative. You could use any blocks you want and build anything you want with it. However, you couldn't fly, and like I said, you couldn't save the game. So I remember like building something and being so proud of it that I didn't even want to shut off my computer. I didn't want to turn it off. I mean, it was a laptop that I had when I was younger. I used to always have laptops. So instead of just turning off the computer, I would just clap the screen on and close off the laptop, but not turn off the computer. And then sometime later, I finally got to play the actual Minecraft. I got my own account. And the reason I was reminded of that was because the first time I ever played Minecraft for real, like the real Minecraft, when I was very young, was because the first world I ever made, one of the first things I did was to build a little track and make a roller coaster. Because I don't think you could do that in that free online version. It's just something about me. Oh, no. Whoa, wait. There's just something about me and roller coasters. I mean, even during this like summer vacation right now, I've already been out trying roller coasters even before the summer vacation. I've been trying roller coasters multiple times this year already, a few times. But already during the summer vacation, I'm gonna do it again. Also water slides. I still remember before getting the actual Minecraft, I remember watching videos on YouTube with Minecraft, and there was this music video, or just a video in general, where I just saw in the video a Minecraft door, you know, like this one, and I remember being amazed because in the free online version there wasn't even any doors. So I was like, there's doors in Minecraft? I didn't know. That's amazing. Like how I haven't been doing anything productive lately. I've been recording for 13 minutes and I haven't been doing much. I just wanted to show off the track, and then the cards went all wild and went their own weird directions. So I had to fix that, and then while doing that, I just kind of rambled about my own life. Do I not have a single axe? Huh? Is this what you call a smith? So he basically works from home. Customers just comes to his house here. And then this is where he lives, probably with a wife or something. In Genshin Impact, it's really exciting that Fontaine is just around the corner. I know you're not supposed to look at lakes, but there are already leaks that shows Lune, Lynette, and Freminent, or however you pronounce his name. You can already on YouTube go and check their attacks, like how they look. And it's pretty awesome, like usual. Whoa. I got enough leather to make 2 bookshelves blocks. It's gonna take forever to fill out this library with books. I'm really excited for Fontaine, but that also means next year we'll get closer to Netland. And Natlan I'm really curious about, because there's almost no information about that place. Apparently in the comic of Genshin Impact that was released a long time ago, the leader of Mondstadt before in time, Vanessa, apparently she was from Netland. And we know it's a place full of volcanoes. It's very, very hot. Kind of makes sense since it's the nation of Pyro. In Inazuma, they have this like hot bath place where they use the volcanic stones pull from Natlan. But other than that, we don't know much. Especially considering we have not seen a single NPC from there. Even before going to Inazuma, we already there was one NPC in Liyue who was from Inazuma who managed to escape. But in terms of Natlan, we have not seen a single... That was my Discord notification, I'm sorry. We have not seen a single NPC from there, so... And it's usually the NPCs that give us a little bit more information about, like, the other nations sometimes. Like, we have heard from plenty of Fontainian NPCs about like how Fontaine is like, or at least especially from like small events like, oh yeah, I'm from Fontaine, I'm looking for a new energy source, can you help me look through this domain and defeat some monsters or whatever. And then they'll tell you a little bit more about like, oh yeah, there's like these sewer canals that you can travel through in Fontaine, and there's some fishy stuff going on. But there is so little information about Natlan, so I can't help but be curious because of how mysterious it is. And that was rhyming. I'm also curious since in Dragon Spine there's this cold meter, and I'm pretty sure Natlan is supposed to be hotter than Sumeru or Sumeru. So when we reach that nation, will we get a hot meter? Because that exists in La Senora's fight, actually. Maybe when you're out in the wild, maybe there will be a hot meter, but probably not in the city. Or at least the main city or wherever they live. Apparently, Natlan is the nation with where they are least developed in technology. So I'm kind of imagining them sort of living like cavemen, which is a really interesting contrast since right now we're on our way to Fontaine, where it's the nation who is most developed in technology. So from going to very technological place and machinery to suddenly this nation with no technology whatsoever, living like cavemen, is a really fun contrast that we'll be able to see in a year from now. But, oh, okay, so they just spawn out of nowhere. How did I never realize that? I think I was doing the other recordings that didn't work, where I was getting some leather, or I was trying to get leather from some cows. And then constantly, cow after cow that I slaughtered, I just kept only getting meat and no leather whatsoever. I think it was like 5 or 6 cows in a row, and not a single leather was given to me. Maybe I could start with one of these like apartment houses. Because then I can, if I start out with making just one, I know how the rest of them is gonna look like. But, okay, you also just spawned out of nowhere. Unfortunately, I don't really need any of these things. And now you're in the house for some reason. Okay, now you're out the house. Great. This is my idea, but then how do I make stairs down that doesn't block the windows downstairs, but also aren't too long, since this does need to be a pathway? It's still taking up space, but at least you can walk here. Oh shit, oh shit. No thunder, please don't burn down the city. Please, please. Be gone. Go away. Please, please. And nothing's burning. That's good. There are most likely people online who would have, if they were to do this kind of project, they would have been much further, much faster, because they know how to. For example, with me waiting for the trees to grow constantly, there are probably some people who have a skeleton farm so that they can constantly keep killing skeletons, getting their bones, and therefore get bone meal, and therefore grow the trees much faster, and just keep doing that constantly so they can keep getting wood, and therefore keep building on their projects or whatever. But I'm not that smart. In this area over here, I guess I could still mark out the houses just like I've done over here and just plant trees inside them to still be able to have a tree farm, but then at the same time have the houses marked out to see where I want them. I guess I could do that. So now there's a bunch of houses over there, but they're placed somewhat randomly. So the pathways there are gonna be a little more unique. I guess that's something you can live with when you live right near the water, and you have the pool area right near you. At least the pathway to my house and also down to the pool area is a bit easier access. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just placing trees inside these houses. There you go. Okay, this window is slightly blocked, but at least I have these other windows. Holy shit, okay. Well, hello there. I'm just looking for squid ink so I can make black color for beds. Squids, where are you? Oh, there's one over there. Holy shit. Since I now know what the apartment complex is gonna look like, I've been using a lot of wood for just that house. They even have beds, but I guess it's time to go back and use the wood for the roller coaster and continue with that. I was just thinking, I like how I made myself mayor of the city. I mean, I am the one building it and designing it and all of that, but I would not want to be mayor or leader in real life, not even in like friends groups. Anytime we have to decide anything, I'm always like nervous. I'm always sitting there listening to everyone else's opinions. Just recently I was watching the movie Elemental in the cinema. It's only coming out to Denmark like now. I was already recommended thumbnails on YouTube that said like, Elemental is bad, worst opening in the box office. Is that what it's called? I don't even know what that is or what it means. Like I saw these thumbnails that clearly like was talking about Elemental and said in the thumbnail that like they hinted that it was like bad or something. And it sucks because here in Denmark it wasn't even out in the cinemas yet. So I've been really excited to watch this movie and barely even been able to see it yet. And then over there in America, Americans are already calling it out and I'm like, could have been better. But I actually really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really cute. I just loved Wade and Amber's bond with each other, but also just Wade in general. Everything about him is just not only adorable, but he does also, like, he is strong. Like, sure, he easily cries, but I mean, he stands by his opinions. I mean, I know in the beginning he was kind of persuasive after, like, hearing Amber's story of her dad and such, when he was just about to report her place. But still, like, he's the one who, he tries to protect her and encourages her to tell the truth, and when she's too scared to, and everything's starting to mess up, he does try to call her out and say, hey, like, what are you doing? Don't you see that this isn't right and all that? What I'm trying to say, I guess, is that, like, sure, he cries easily and he's such a sweet character, but that doesn't mean that he's like a dumbass or anything like that. Like, he's actually quite clever, and he's a very, very sweet guy and just wants the best for her. Okay, maybe dumbass was a bit of a strong word. I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, he's not naive. There's nothing wrong with having a character who is such a cute sweetheart and very wholesome and at the same time naive and such. There's nothing wrong with that, because a character like that can really add to the story. Especially during tough times, then it's usually that kind of character who brightens everyone up and kind of shows them that things doesn't have to be this complex. You don't have to worry to this degree. Like, everything's gonna be okay. Just look at me. I'm just rolling with life, and sure, I may not be as smart as the rest of you, but it's all gonna work out in the end. We're all gonna be fine, and like, that can also really add to a story. But it's also really important not to overdo that. Like, it's important to also have characters who can also be wholesome and caring and all of the same things, but also be smart or think, or be able to think more logically or something. I mean, when you do have a character who is naive, they can add to the comedy. They can make some scenes a lot funnier. I mean, isn't that why we all love Papyrus from Undertale? Well, now I'm done with the wood on the sides. The first layer on this side of the roller coaster. That was probably confusing, but yeah. I'll show you what I mean once I'm waking up from this nap right here. Wait a minute, I finished this side too? Oh wow. Okay, then I can't really show you a good example. I've been filling out these, not planks, but it's the only word I have in my head. These stumps. I've been filling that out here on the sides, and it has the first layer. It already has a second layer up there, but I will also need to put a second layer everywhere. It took me forever just to get this done. So I will need a second layer of all these stems on the side, and then also a fence on top of that. And by that I mean this fence right here. And then the last thing I need is just lights, I guess. Can this actually hurt? No? We might add that in an update or something. I don't know if they should, if it adds anything to the gameplay. It is a saw that just keeps cutting. This is pretty boring. Just waiting for trees to grow, cut them down, plant some new trees, constantly doing that over and over and over again. And then once in a while I go up and put some wood stumps on the sides of the roller coaster, and once in a while I go over and get some leather from the grown-up cows and make some new baby cows. It's just that over and over and over again. You know, this is starting to look pretty satisfying. Imagine being this old man living here all by yourself because you're trying to get away from other people, and then you every day constantly hear people trying on this roller coaster. just screaming from the excitement, and you're just here, like, this is the 20th time today I came out here to get some peace and quiet and to not hear any people, and then I hear people screaming every day. Not fair. I just want to be a grumpy old man. I've run out of space on my computer to do any more recording, so I'm just gonna end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.